I really just need to hear your voice.
I thought you hated me.
Karen, I don't hate you. I love you.
Yeah, so, how many times are we going to talk about the fact that Zach really, 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 really messed up here? And it's clear, like Karen said, grief or, situations as desperate as the news of her dying could bring about real feelings to the surface. And to be completely honest, that saying about how sometimes you don't miss a person, but you miss the feelings and the way they made you feel. I think that the same thing can be, true about the Karen and Zach situation. I mean, let's be honest here. Even if, for example, Fatima and Ian had gotten back together and Zatima, it's kind of a temporary fix here because despite, Fatima talking about how, when I saw him at the park today, all those feelings just came back to me and everything. It would have been temporary because Angela reminded her about how Ian was a straight up liar and whatnot. But then, well, actually, no. I think that she talked about Ian, but Fatima was the one that made it clear he was a con man because he lied about everything to her. And on top of that, he's dying from cancer. So it would have been a short-lived moment of bliss reliving everything with him. But then he would eventually get to the point where he would be on his deathbed and then she would have to let him go and then that would just crush her. And in the situation with Karen and Zach, it really gave season 1 vibes of these two breaking up, but then making up, getting back together, but then something happens and then they break up again. I would not be surprised if, let's say, hypothetically, Fatima left Zach and then he tried to get back together with Karen, but there's things she doesn't know about. For example, I doubt that she knows about Zach's son. Yes, technically, she saw Heather and Michael when they were first introduced in the Sistas, and then Heather went over to her salon. But I don't think she knows the DNA test results. So as a result, she doesn't really know that Zach does indeed have this kid. And then on top of that, he's going to fight for full custody. So there's a lot more baggage that comes with Zach, despite him having a lot more money now. And I think it's clear that what we've been saying since, season 3, when she started on this whole, I need him to tell me he don't love me no more bull crap. Karen would still look at Zach as the screw up. Any short-lived bliss from any, honeymoon bliss from these two getting back together, or let's say Karen moving into Zach's house and all, it would be short-lived. And it would be at the point where Karen would just freak out because she can no longer kick Zach out of his own place. And even if, let's say, she did move into the house, she would try to control everything. And I don't know if that's going to fly because despite this being a new Zach, remember when Karen came over to his house and started ranting and raving right before Heather pulled up? She knew how to kick Zach, not below the belt, but kick him, or basically hit his buttons to make him feel like he's nothing. And I think that the confident, suave Zach attack, that would no longer be in effect. And imagine what Nathan and Tony, his boys, would say about Karen. I mean, I wish they would pop up just once in Sisters to talk some sense into this fool, because they know for a fact. I mean, for as much as Karen talks to the girls and they know about Zach's screw-ups, I feel like the same could be said about Zach's boys and how Karen makes him feel. And they would be like, look. They would probably just say, you need to get back with Fatima. We liked her compared to this Karen chick because of the fact that she put you through so much. But now that you got some money and whatnot, you're going to go back to her? What the hell, man? I don't think any sort of relationship that forms between Zach and Karen, if they did get back together, would last long at all. It would fall to pieces. And if anything, it might be an eye-opening situation for Karen, going like, wow, I can't believe I've been fighting to get you back for so long, and you for what? And I mean, technically she had that awakening when it came to Heather showing up, but even then she still kept trying to get with him, so I don't know. But yeah, it's just like what you think you want really isn't what you need, and also, well, you deserve better. And I think that because of the whole Aaron isn't a good guy thing, Karen is going to be even more determined to have, you know, like Zach crawling back for, I mean, hell, on the phone. I thought you hated me. No, I don't hate you, Karen. I love you. So we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I don't think any sort of relationship between these two would last long at all. And trust and believe, if Fatima leaves for good reason, and Zach decides to try things again with Karen, and then it messes up, and he tries to get Fatima back, I would not want these two to get back together at all. But Jeremy, what about Zatima? Tyler will figure it out. So, with that being said, like and subscribe, and these two definitely should not get back together because it would not be good at all. Imagine this. These two get back together. Karen might be happy for a little bit, but then she goes right back to complaining about the same shit she was when they were together, and then the girls are like, well, Karen, you're the one who was fighting to get him back for so long, and now you got him back, and it turns out nothing's really changed. So, there you go.